everyone in my world that I've been interviewing these days is special. Everyone has something to teach us, whether it's in education, whether it's philosophy, whether it's lived experience, whether it's in prison, whether it's on the road. A homeless guy can teach us something. So that's the journey I've been on. So I brought you on today to talk about your story, your life, and how you've overcome obstacles. And also mainly to talk about, your experience as someone that's blind and how do you navigate through life. And I think it's very fascinating, very, very amazing for me.
Wait till last night's story with an Uber driver.
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay, so if you want to begin by introducing yourself, and then we can go from there.
Okay, so really? We just start?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa, otherwise known as Melissa Benson.
Melissa Benson, yes. Thank you for coming on today and being part of this. I really, really appreciate it. If you want to talk to me about how we all began for you, young life for Melissa.
Born in Scottsdale, Arizona, to a horse riding, training, competing family. So horses were in my blood, dare say. And I think I had my first pony at 3. And by the time I was 5, I was competing against teenagers. And I did have photos at some stage of me winning classes against 14-year-olds, and you can imagine they weren't happy.
Oh, yeah.
Against a 5-year-old. But boo-hoo, I was better than them. I am competitive, exceedingly competitive. And I personally think competition is a marvelous thing.
Yes.
It sets a standard. It sets a goal. It gives you drive and motivation to succeed. Success, whatever it may be, either winning a local competition or something major, or to a gold medal at the Olympics, whatever it may be, competition is healthy. You just don't let it take over. So, yeah, I was born in America, and my parents divorced, as a common subject in this day and age. And my mum, in the meantime, had met an Aussie, originally from England, and he lived here in Australia. So Mum and I moved here and started our new life. Teased horrendously for the way I spoke with an American accent. So very quickly I took on the Queen's English so that I wouldn't be teased. So the way I speak, for instance, I won't say can't or can't. I'll say cannot.
Cannot.
And so then people were, oh, you've got a plum in your mouth. Well, boo-hoo to you. At least I speak properly. And either way, I'm still going to be teased, but whatever. They're talking about me, so that's a good thing. All right. And and so I just lived a normal life. Born with type 1 diabetes, runs in my family, so I didn't do anything wrong, didn't eat too many chocolates, etc. And then, lived an amazing life, or so far still doing so. And took up the horses again when I was 14 and had an amazing time competing and did very well, actually, very, very well. Competed around the country and wanted to go to the Olympics.
Really?
One day. Yeah, absolutely. And then I woke up one morning and it's as if I'd put red cellophane in front of my eyes. And I screamed, blood-curdling scream. And my eyes had internally hemorrhaged. And that's a side effect of diabetes. So within 12 weeks, I was pitch black blind.
So it's pretty much in the diabetes what contributed to it?
Yes. Diabetic retinopathy.
Wow.
Yeah. So the retina detached, and then the detachment was the bleeding. And it sounds gross, but honestly, as the blood absorbed into the body, because bodies do that, the red cellophane disappeared. So each day the dimming switch turned down one click and it got darker and darker.
And over a period of 12 months?
12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Yes. But in that time, the headaches were astronomical. I guess the thoughts of what am I going to do as a 19-and-a-half-year-old was in the forethought. But each day I just went along and did as one does, gets up, eats, does whatever they have to do for the day, and all the appointments in the world with doctors and all the laser treatment and operations and everything, and 12 weeks later, pitch black. And I tell you what, on that day of pitch black, the headaches went away.
Oh,
And I felt at peace.
that was it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And how was the experience in that 12 weeks mentally?
Could not even describe it to this day. It's like watching a horror film.
Oh my God.
It's like, am I in this or am I watching this?
Mm.
I'm not really sure, because as I said, through the horror, life still goes on. You get up, you have to have breakfast, you have to have your medication, you have to speak to people, you have to go to the doctors. It's still everyday life, but you're in a horror scene. It's awful. But all of a sudden they tell you something, and I guess I'm one person to accept most things. And it's like, you're blind. I'm like, okay. So what do we do? Do we sit in a corner of a room and feel sorry for ourselves and go, oh, woe is me, the world is so kind, so cruel? No, I'm greedy. I don't want to miss out. So I pulled up my bootstraps, so one says, and reached out to some people I knew. I lost most of my friends. They couldn't handle me losing my sight. One thinks, oh, that's horrid. Not really. You're 19 and a half. You don't expect that. It's pretty overwhelming when you're just starting your life. So I made new friends, and they opened their wings to me and took me under their wings and showed me an amazing life. And here I sit now.
Incredible. What role do you feel like when you're experiencing all this stuff in your life? What do you feel like was the most difficult? Was it coming to accept, or do you feel like certain people would think differently, or was it losing friends, or?
It was the ignorance of society that a young person should not be blind. Old people are blind. So I was like,
Okay, right, yeah.
and I remember being out one night, because I'm a social little butterfly, and we were out listening to some band, and some guy was exceedingly rude to me. And I had to pull out my pension card that showed that I was blind to prove to him that I wasn't drunk.
Oh my God.
Because when you're out in a social setting and there's alcohol involved, they instantly assume because you can't see you're drunk. Well, no. But that's okay. That's okay. They're just doing their job. And so I understand their first thought would be, let's question this person. But then they should have listened more, which they don't. And often people don't. But it's been interesting strolling through life, so I call it, and dealing with the ignorance on a regular basis. But you can't let it get to you. Not at all. You can't let people take your power away from you. That's mad.
I like how you explain that. Take your power away from you.
Yeah.
And would that play a role when you allow people to control your feelings and emotions?
Yeah. I didn't allow it once, but I was married. And he became mentally ill in the end after 18 years. Well, probably at the 14-year mark. And it got to the point from somebody that cherished and adored me and protected me and everything for me to despise me, resented me. In fact, everything he told me he loved me for in the beginning, he hated me for in the end. And I knew that he just wasn't well. And so I needed to exit stage left. It wasn't safe. People's problems are not mine.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that's really important for everybody to know. Someone else's problems are not ours. We can help them to a degree, but you can't take over and try and control it. You can help, assist, guide, but you cannot control.
It's very true. I think I've done that a variety of times in my life, trying to control people. It doesn't work.
No.
You become possessive of it, and it just creates problems.
And then it becomes your problem.
That's
when
true.
it never was to begin with.
That's true.
So,
It just leads on.
yeah, and more problems happen, and then you've just got one big fat problem.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
Not at all.
The world is tough. Life is hard. I personally think there's not a lot of highlights in life. So when there is something amazing, embrace it, hold on to it, enjoy it.
It's very powerful. I love the way you explain that You know, it's not your problem.
No.
You know, it's theirs.
We have a lot of problems. Everybody has problems.
Yeah.
But I like to call them situations, actually.
Situations.
Because it instantly takes the negative off it.
Mm.
Instantly just curves it. You know, it doesn't make it quite so rigid with sharp, pointy edges.
That's true. I remember probably about 5 days ago, I was in an apartment, very high apartment, and you could see all the people walk in the city. And it just a little thought came to my mind, and it was just like, how many of these people are walking and they have situations in their life that are fighting right now? You know, I was just imagining this guy's probably got relationship problems, health problems, or family problems. You just don't know, but you know everyone's got some sort of problem.
Of course. It's life.
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah, it's life.
It's how you deal with them.
True.
And I think the most powerful tool is to be grateful. That's where it begins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being grateful to what you have in your life. Tell me about public speaking, because I know you did a bit of public speaking. I watched a bit of your YouTube stuff.
Yeah, I've done this for quite some time. I've had quite a big break for a while. We'll get onto that later. The public speaking, I've predominantly spoken to students, which has been amazing because I love to be able to be there and be part of young people's future. And for years, actually, I had students that I might have addressed 10, 15 years earlier come up to me in the street and go, I remember you when you came to our school. And that's so nice. And I know that they won't remember me necessarily a year or two later, but something will click and they might come across somebody that's perhaps blind and they'll remember me. And that's quite rewarding.
What did you enjoy about public speaking? You know, obviously connecting with the children.
I love sharing.
Yeah.
I like sharing because I learn through listening to people, as we all do, right? Some people think you can only learn through books and things like that. Well, that's absurd. I love to listen to people's experiences and how they get by it. And so, for instance, my perfect sounding board when I have a situation is to turn to some of my friends and get all their opinions on the situation. And then I form my own solution based on that. Talking is really helpful, I think. Anyway, so yeah, I got to share with all the students and all that. I don't do the schools so much now. I think I'm possibly a little bit too old. I noticed the last couple of years the students weren't as open with me. It could have just been the schools as well and the kids. Who knows? But I just felt like I wasn't coming across with as much benefit to them as in the past. So it's time to move on to the big world of adults. I mean, I am one, I think. Yeah, so, and certain topics you can't talk about, of course.
With younger?
No.
Yeah.
No.
And your new journey with adults, what inspired for that? Is it just being able to help people with companies or leadership?
Yeah. Because I know somebody asked me a couple of weeks ago, well, what are your topics? I went, life. They've gone, well, you must have 3 topics. I've gone, no, honestly, life. I haven't been to Antarctica. I haven't climbed Everest. But I tell you what, every day of my life for 33 years, as of this Wednesday when I lost my sight, has been that journey every day.
Yeah.
So, yes, on the 18th of February, I lost my sight. My mother's mortified. I remember that day. Why wouldn't you? Seriously. But I like dates as well. I'm a big numbers person. Now, it could be any other day of the year, but it just happens to be February 18th.
February 18th. I find it very fascinating how you embrace it. Very powerful.
Well, you have to embrace it. I didn't. It's Melissa take 2. So it's like the metamorphosis stage of a butterfly. So from the pupa to the cocoon to the butterfly. So I've got to spread my wings and fly.
Powerful. The positivity is it's on a whole another level. You know, I remember spending some time in hospital with a family relative of mine, and hospital teaches you, it humbles you in a certain way to appreciate good health. And that's something that I've recently discovered, that not many people really appreciate good health.
No.
You know, they wake up and they're stressed about a flat tire or breakfast not being served properly or the children fighting, when we have awoken with good health and sight and being able to eat and smell and feel and hear.
Mm-hmm.
And we forget that. We forget the beauty of it.
Good health is fascinating for me. So diabetes has been fairly average in my world. So I also, besides losing my sight, had kidney disease, which turned to kidney failure, of course. And I celebrate 2 years on Wednesday as well as losing my sight of having my transplant on the exact same day, 31 years apart. So everybody's like, oh, that's a bit woo-woo. And I've gone, I think it's breathtaking that the two most significant things in my life have happened on the same day, years apart. So when you talk about appreciation, the first year of my transplant, I was in that hospital a lot. I never rejected. I'm really lucky. I just got infections and sepsis and some pretty nasty stuff. But I remember being in the ward and sitting there and saying nothing to the other patients, because I've been given this chance of life again. And I was around people. So it was the renal ward that all had kidney failure, all losing limbs, and had no chance of the transplant. They were all going dialysis every day. 3 days a week. They were so sick. I was privy to end-of-life conversations because you're in a ward. And I just sat there so quiet because I didn't want to rub in, and I never would. I've been given this opportunity, this gift for some reason, and these people didn't. I don't know how I got on the list, not the transplant list, but a specialized list for a pancreas and a kidney. So the pancreas transplant was successful. So I'm no longer a diabetic, which is just mind-blowing.
That's amazing.
Because type 1 diabetes you can't get rid of. It's not a look after your health, all that sort of stuff.
Because of that transplant, the diabetes
It's gone.
gone.
If I hadn't have had the pancreas, then the new kidney would have only lasted 5 years because of my natural diabetes would have taken over again.
How was that experience knowing that the diabetes was gone?
Unbelievable, mind-blowing. Celebration every day. That's so good. And I party and my friends are like, can you eat that cake? I've gone, hell's yeah, and some. I don't go crazy, but yeah. It's nice. It's fun. It's fun to live and not worry about that stuff. And I just had all my tests and I'm so healthy, it's stupid.
It's incredible.
It's yeah. So I'm gratitude for the person that sadly lost their life to give me an extension of life. The one thing I know, and I'll never know anymore, is it's from the same person, the pancreas and the kidney. I was fortunate enough to know that. So
what a blessing that is.
Oh, beyond. Humans are amazing, really. People say humans are revolting. No, they're not. They're amazing.
It's beautiful what they can do for one another.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've been given a gift for life. Well, as long as I can appreciate it anyway. So, yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about, I find it very interesting, inside the life of someone that cannot see. How do you navigate? I've always been very fascinated by that. You know, how do we, is it sense? Is it feel? Is it, talk me through it, because I find it very interesting.
Okay. We're going to start off with a negative.
Yes.
I'm a failure in the blind world.
A failure in the blind world.
Yes.
Explain that.
I don't use a cane.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a guide dog.
Ooh.
I'm a failure.
Do you choose not to?
I've chose not to. Okay. Yes. Absolutely.
Why is that?
Because I can.
Mm.
And I'm stubborn.
Mm.
And it was a really poignant moment at Vision Australia. I've probably only been there a dozen times in 33 years. I don't need the place, but it's amazing for people that do. Okay. And one of the people that works there, and he's still there to this day, just said to me early on, if you don't want to use a cane or have a dog, you don't need to. You do you.
Mm.
And it was the best thing he ever could have said to me. And so I do me. So when I go places out of my home, I get assistance. I hold somebody's arm. I walk around. What do you do? I don't want a cane that like stands out going, blind woman, come get me.
Yes.
And even in this day and age, when people during the day are walking around the streets, independently as blind people, they get attacked. And that scares me, actually. It's really frightening. In decent suburbs, people get attacked.
Mm.
It's not good. And what's a Labrador dog going to do? Wag its tail and go, give me a biscuit? Please. They're not aggressive. Now, give me a Tassie devil as a guide devil. I know they only live for 5 years, but I'd be thrilled with that.
That's funny.
And then everything would be fine. But no, I do everything on my own. I just make things happen. When I'm in my home, I know the home backwards, inside out. It's not an issue. I cook, clean, do everything. Teach housemates how to cook. It's easy. So how I get by? Your senses. You hear, and I've got great hearing so far. Smell, touch, hearing. You listen to distance from when a sound is getting closer to you to further. I'm not the type of person where I walk and I've got the sound reflecting off a wall, say, and I know how far away that is. I'm not like that.
Mm.
Although they do have sensors for that sort of stuff. But I don't know. It's just in the middle of the night when you have to go to the bathroom, you don't usually put the light on to go, do you? No. You know your house, you get up, you do your thing, whatever.
I do, unless if I don't do that, then I hit my toe on the side of the door,
Okay.
and there goes my toe, and then the whole house wakes up.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Because my house, everyone has to turn the lights off, so it's just complete dark.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know how many times I've woken up and it's just like bang, oh, there goes my toe, and then I'm complaining for the next couple of hours about it. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was just kind of explaining how you become enhanced. Is that true? When you lose your sight, certain things get enhanced with like your hearing, your senses.
If you concentrate.
Ooh.
So I think that's a myth, personally. And I've been doing this 33 years. But I think if I'm not concentrating, I won't necessarily hear something if I'm zoning out. But if I concentrate, then it's all magnified, absolutely. But if I'm not concentrating, no.
What do you enjoy doing these days?
I love going out and listening to live music.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that's audio, essentially. I love going to listen to bands, stage performances. Love going to restaurants still.
What's your favorite food?
Everything.
There has to be surely there's a specific dish. So for me, it's parma. You can't beat a good Greek salad, parma, and chips. You just can't. What's yours that shines?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. You could ask me different cuisines and I could tell you. Greek's good, bit basic. Moroccan's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
I don't know. Italian's fabulous.
I've been fascinated by dumplings recently.
Oh, really?
Don't know why, but I'm just in love.
I find them cheat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree, but I've just become obsessed with them, so I don't know where that obsession's come
Because
from.
they're easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for a blind person, dumplings are great because you just stab them and they're there, right? But then again, there's like ravioli, same thing. It's in a parcel, right? How easy is that? Anyway, no, food's amazing around the world, but you think about it, it's the same. It's all a vegetable, a protein, a carbohydrate, which is a vegetable, and herbs, spices. They're just different herbs and spices, but food's food.
Yeah, true. I want to talk a little bit about your experience with horses. I know you had this obsession with horses. What was it about horses that you loved?
Well, I was born into that world. My grandparents competed. My parents competed. So it was just a natural thing. I love the fact that you can have an animal that could literally kill you. It's amazing. But you have control with just like when you're holding the reins, you just pull your little fingers in a little bit more, like your pinkies, and that's for them to stop. From galloping, I mean, it's a well-trained horse, but from galloping to a grinding halt. I think that's amazing. So perhaps I'm a control freak because that is control.
Yeah.
It's discipline. It's amazing. But I also put that down to education. And, the understanding between the animal and the human. Or we're all animals, but the respect. The respect. So I love it. I love horses. I think they're phenomenal.
I was watching some guy who used actual horses for therapy, which I found very fascinating. Sometimes I go visit my mate who's got horses, and you just stare them and they just come to you.
Yes.
There's this warm, like, sense. It's just amazing. And they just sit there.
Well, that's what RDA, well, it used to be called Riding for the Disability. I think it's now Rideability. They are huge with disabled riders. Huge. So when I lost my sight competing, I took up competing with RDA. And that's how I wanted to go to the Paralympics. Didn't happen. Didn't make it. It was all good. And then I just gave it away. Just done. The money was just beyond comprehension. And I didn't have the network to support me in competing, traveling, the daily maintenance, all the hard work that you have to do to get there.
Oh, yeah. It's
yeah, it's not about just sitting on a horse and competing. It's everything behind the scenes. So I just walked away from it. And my mum actually said to me a few weeks ago, if you won Tatslotter, would you have a horse again? I've gone, no. She was horrified. I actually said no. Nobody can believe I said no, but that was then. This is now. So.
Education.
Yes.
What does education mean to you?
As far, okay, well, education isn't just about school, grade 1 to year 12. It's about, it could be actually just what we're doing now, learning, talking. This is like a lecture almost, but it's an interactive lecture. Really, isn't it? That's what a conversation is to me. It's an interactive lecture.
That's true.
It is, right? And so that's why I love talking to people and getting their opinions and turning to my friends and asking for help. So education is just about listening, sharing, conversing, learning.
And evolving.
Yeah, that too, actually.
I think we always evolve for everything.
Yeah.
You might meet someone around the corner who's a baker, and he might teach you something that's really of good benefit. And
absolutely.
You carry that.
I love doing it because I love cooking so much.
Okay.
I'm always big on asking somebody's tips. I'm like, tell me. Tell me more.
Yeah. I think that's the greatest way of learning, actually, is asking questions. I think many students in university don't ask enough questions.
Well, I never did uni. Could you imagine sitting there? Well, I don't know if you did, but I could not imagine sitting there for a 3-hour lecture. That would drive me nuts. Listening the whole time with no interaction. Yeah. Anyway. I'm a people person, right? So, yeah.
How important would you say being social around people and communicating? Because I myself wasn't a very social person. And it took me a long time to build to where I am now to be able to socialize with people. And now I understand how important it is. But what would you say the importance of it?
It's critical. Now, it's hard to tell when I lost my sight. I was 19 and a half. It's very young. But I can tell you I was exceedingly shy. Exceedingly shy. I couldn't even give a presentation in English for 5 minutes at school without clammy palms, sweating up, tongue-tied, not knowing what to say. Even the notes meant nothing to me at the time. And then I lost my sight and I'm like, oh no. Now I have to find my voice because if I don't, people will forget me and leave me behind, and this is not a good thing. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere came this voice and this enhanced attitude and personality. I can now stand in front of an audience of 1,000 people easily and not worry. And no, I do not pretend they're in their underwear. Oh my Lord. That would frighten me. No. It's interesting though. Once something's taken away, it's the distraction. So you don't worry about that anymore. People watching you. So that's why, like, speaking to the kids, like at school, is the minute you hear rustling or something, they're fidgeting, they're bored. It's easy. So instantly you just turn to a question or you ask them to interact and gain back their attention. I mean, humans don't have a massive attention span anyway, do we?
Oh, we're going backwards at this point. I think
Right?
it's very short. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I walked in, my sister, she was watching a video on TikTok, and it was a 20-second video, and she was fast forwarding it. I'm like, it's 20 seconds.
Oh, well, this is my thing with ads. I turned around and somebody said, "Where'd you get that?" I said, "Oh, there was an ad on TV." Now, I know I'm old, right? But there was an ad on TV. I've gone, yeah, there's an ad on TV for a reason. And I bought it. And they're like, oh. I said, but you fast forwarded through.
Yeah.
Point in case.
That ad could have something interesting.
Right. So, these companies don't pay oodles of money for no reason. I mean, Super Bowl, right? Yeah. My friend and I, best friend from school, have a Super Bowl party every year. So we had it on Monday, and it's so much fun. We've been doing it for 18 years now. We do big cook-ups, and it's hilarious, and it's the cook-a-thon and the cook-fest and everything to have a competition. And we love the ads. I mean, they're hilarious because they're the American ads, but you don't fast forward through them.
Oh, I've skipped every one of them for the last 10 years, I think. So I'm a victim of that.
Boo-hoo, dear.
How much information I missed out on that.
Boo-hoo. You don't know what you learn, right?
Yes, that's true. Or who you meet and what that person's got to teach you.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Very true.
I remember I had a homeless guy on here, and he taught me some of the most interesting stuff. So people were like, he's homeless. I'm like, yeah. But he had a mind of an ocean. You know, he had his own wars that he was just battling. But he taught me some incredible stuff.
Yeah.
You know, how to appreciate certain things and to be humble about things and not be, not to judge. Because I have this thing in my mind where I say to myself always, where I don't think anyone's born evil, but then they counter that and they say, oh, but there's a lot of evil killers and sociopaths out there. What about them people? And I was like, I think life teaches them to be like that. Not born. I don't think anyone's born evil.
No, I think everything is pure.
Do you feel like life teaches us to hate?
I believe that people allow life to teach them to hate. That's the next level. Yeah, I think people allow things to happen. We all know right from wrong.
That's true.
By the time we're 5. We've all been smacked enough times. Come on. I know you're not allowed to smack a child on the hand, but even, come on. Yeah. Everybody knows right from wrong. Simple. But you learn how to manipulate or twist or turn or get what you want at no expense to make yourself content. Simple.
What's the greatest lesson life has taught you?
Patience. Point in case last night. Friends that I went out with ordered an Uber. We were on the street going home, and I said, I'll drop you guys off. And so they just typed into my phone, order in the Uber. And I forgot to tell them to put, when we arrive at my house, please assist the front door. So that instruction wasn't there. And the Uber driver flat out refused to take me to my front door last night. And so I sat there and I started getting cranky. This is within like a 30-second time frame. And I'm like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? And I just said to him, you have to help me. He goes, I can't. You'll sue me. And I went, oh, no, not this again. Because people have lost the ability to help each other. But the problem is it's taken some person to create a legal case against an Uber driver and had a record probably against him, whether he's innocent or not. And so this is why all the protective barriers have been put up. And so I'm thinking, tick, tick, tick in my brain, what do I do at the 45-second mark of, you need to help me, please, to my front door? I can't see. Why do you think I've got the M40 card, which is the half-price taxi card? And I said, okay. I said, let's make this work for both of us. I said, can you walk next to me so I can follow your sound? And I can't believe I actually thought about that, to be honest. But I was like, he goes, I said, I'm not going to touch you. Have no fear. I do not want to touch you. I promise you. And we got to the front door fine. And then I said, thank you.
It's interesting how you describe that, how much fear people have of helping one another.
I've had fear as well, though, of drivers refusing to help me to the door as well, and they were going to drive off with me. And you can't push them too hard because you don't know who you're in a car with. They could drive off and dump you in a creek somewhere. I know it's very black to think that way, but it happens. So it's not good. You just need to,
Patience.
Yes.
Something that I've been learning about.
Yes.
My mentor, he always tells me, Ahmad, patience is everything.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes we're rushing too quickly
and
we want things now.
Yeah.
But patience, and patience is a virtue. I'm just saying, man, how patient do you want to be?
Well, I mean, I could say I don't want to be virtuous, but yes, it is a virtue and it does pay off. The thing is, he got me out of the car last night. I got home safely. I was happy. Very happy to close the front door in his face. But because I've gone, you can go now. It's like, shoo fly. But it just teaches you to be patience gets you everywhere. But then there's also a point when you stop the patience. Like if you're waiting for somebody to make a decision about something important that, impacts the rest of your life. There's only so long you can wait. But yeah.
Especially around love relationships.
Absolutely. People are so scared these days. So scared. Drives me mental. Just say what you want, do what you want, don't hurt each other. Yeah,
Would you say scared in life or in particular relationships, would you say?
Both.
Yeah.
I think people are scared. And I'm actually sick of hearing about COVID. That drives me batty as. Like, don't blame COVID for people not being indecisive.
Lucky I didn't say COVID then. Oh, my God.
You're on the other side of the table. You're fine. No. But everybody uses an excuse for everything. Stop it. Just take a leap of faith, or at least a couple of steps.
That's what it's about. I think we use so many excuses. I'm in this position because of these reasons. No, but yeah, you are. Yeah, but you can change this. You have the power to change them.
Exactly. So it's difficult to be patient, and for me, it's difficult to be understanding of others not understanding me and the ignorance about being blind. I didn't choose to be blind, but I am me. And in actual fact, I've talked about this, not seeing is simply a minor detail of who I am. And I think we forget that as well with people, right? That one thing that we say is wrong doesn't define who you are. It's just a detail. I still cook, I clean, I wash, I shop, I talk, I laugh, I dance. I do everything. I just can't physically see. But people are like, oh, but you're blind. I'm like, maybe you are.
That's very true, though.
Yeah, right.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
I love the way you said that. Yeah, many are blind. Many are stuck in a world, a realm that they don't want to leave.
No.
When you're born to be free.
Yeah.
Why cage yourself?
Yeah. And so this new appreciation I have on life, and I'm not holier than thou now, with having my transplant and all that, but I'm so happy. And when people are grumpy around me, I go, oh, boo-hoo. Chirp up. Come on, life is good. And they've gone, well, you've got a new kidney. I've gone, yeah, whatever. So now I joke about the fact that I'm not really my real age. I'm at least 20 years younger.
That's true. Because do you transplant?
Yeah, because they don't transplant people over 50. So that's the other thing I found out. They don't donate organs over 50 because they've had a good life and they're worn. So,
Anyone above the age of 50?
yeah.
That's
Well, certainly
interesting.
not my organs. So, yeah, not the kidney or the pancreas. It's amazing.
That's very interesting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
So they pretty much say, oh, he's lived till 50. That's good.
Yeah.
Let him be.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got this amazing lease on life now. It's awesome. But I'm not leasing life. I actually own it.
Whew.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm.
I love that. I own it.
Yeah.
I think, see, I have like I kind of look at it in a different approach. I think everything in life is loaned to us. That's what I have that philosophy. Our pets, our family, our friends, and eventually they all want to die and they're going to go away. So I think everything's loaned. And then I used to have this philosophy of, what would you love when it's all going to end up in a heartbreak? But then my mum taught me, she's like, it's the wrong philosophy, Ahmed. Just because it's going to go, you must learn to experience it. Experience the love of your friends, your family,
Yes.
your pets that you have, life.
That's why pets are amazing for children. They learn about loss. It is the perfect way for a child to learn about loss. In fact, guinea pigs are amazing because they only live 5 years, 7 years. Pretty short life. And so it really teaches the child about mortality.
I love how you explain that. That's very, very true. Yeah, that's true, because then it prepares them as they get older
Yes.
to deal with grief and loss, because that's where a lot of people get stuck.
Yes.
They lose a brother,
Yes.
and then they say, I've never been the same ever since.
No. So often I'll talk about our lost loved ones, and we are so lucky to have known them and loved them and adored them and been part of their world, because how dull would it have been without them?
True.
So I flip things. So I like to own things. But then I'm German background, right? So
I love that.
I'm a little bit more forthright. So I like to own things, and I'm happy to lose things because it's all part of life.
See, that's the hard part. Happy to lose things, especially with death. I've had an interesting ride with grief and loss, and I think of it as my enemy. I don't like to think as my enemy, but it is. I don't know why. Sometimes I have this deep hatred for death because it takes what I love. But I must learn to embrace it because I've got to experience these moments with this person.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think as death as an enemy. I don't know why. And I hate it. I hate feeling like that.
It's because you don't like things taken away out of your control. Simple. As much as I'm a control freak, and I don't deny that for one moment. That's how I've got to where I am right now. So the doctors told me, for instance, Melissa, you've got kidney disease, you'll go 7 years, you'll be on dialysis, and you have to have a transplant. I went 27 years, and I never had dialysis. And I got the transplant. And the night before I got the call to go to the hospital, I was at a gig. Having fun living life. Because that's what it's about. It's not that it'd be wasted. It goes stale. Just like a loaf of bread. Enjoy it. They told me, I wouldn't be alive by the time I was 30 because of my diabetes. Well, I'm significantly older than 30 now. Ha ha ha. And still here. And they've told me my transplant will only go 15 years. And then things will start to fail. Boo-hoo again. My plan is 27 years.
It proves to you how important having a positive mindset is.
Yeah. And I like to. So I actually just thought about that. I went 27 years with my kidneys, and my birthday's the 27th. Right? And I just figured I'll go 27 years with the transplant too. And then by then, maybe, finally, they'll unlock the gene, like when a skink loses its tail and they can grow a new tail. They can grow me a new kidney. Because by that stage, I'll be happy to be guinea pig.
I think with all the technology, we're not far from that, to be honest.
No. But my doctor did say that 27 years ago. 29 years ago, actually. Yeah. So I figure maybe another 20-something years and we might be closer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we're not far because we're bringing back animals and stuff now. So
Exactly.
how, the question is how far and how long until we can actually create these organs, which is very fascinating.
Mhm.
Technologies are racing very quickly.
Yeah. Medicine is phenomenal, to be honest.
Yeah.
And you think about things that can be treated easily now that never could. I wouldn't be alive 50 years ago. No way.
Technology.
Yeah. Just medicine itself.
Very fascinating.
Yeah.
I think I had a family member that was suffering with cancer, brain cancer, and they eliminated it with a laser,
Oh my
which is
goodness.
fascinating. Like, what? Normally you needed the,
They didn't need to poison them with chemo and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
A laser.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chemo's a whole nother world.
That's frightening.
Yeah.
So
So many people I see with chemo and the way they suffer is incredible.
No, we have a lot to be grateful for.
Mm.
We just need to stop and realize it.
Stop and realize.
Yeah.
That's true. Realize what we have
Absolutely.
before it's gone.
Being grateful is very becoming.
Can you explain a little bit about that? What you just said there? I find that very interesting.
I think to be humble and to be grateful is quite becoming to others. You don't need to be sappy about it and talk about it every breathing moment, but I think people like people that are humble and kind, and it's easier to be around those people.
You get a sense of a warm feeling.
Yes. And I think generally speaking, those people are emotionally stable. It's difficult to be around people that don't appreciate, especially when you've been through so much yourself, right? When you're around people that are essentially selfish and just don't appreciate, don't respect, don't admire, don't acknowledge, it's not really an invitation to hang.
That's true.
Isn't it, right?
What do you feel like? This is something that always is on my mind. People misunderstood or misunderstand about disability. People with disability.
I use the word immediately alter ability. Dis is a negative connotation. We get to the other side of the mountain just like everybody else does. It just may take different methods. So we might not be able to walk to climb the mountain, but we could hire a Sherpa. We could get a donkey. We could get any sort of vehicle. We could find a pilot and hire a helicopter. There are other ways to the other side of the mountain. So, like, I was cooking Saturday, and I remember when I first started cooking, the measuring cups were all flat-bottomed measuring cups, individual sizes for what they were. And I got those from America. I've had them forever. So easy because it makes sense. This is a cup, this is a half a cup, this is a third, and this is a quarter. Same with the teaspoons and tablespoons, all different sizes. They didn't have those here for a long time. And so you still had to get a jug and guess how much. Well, that's stupid. You make things work and work out the solution to get to the same result.
Powerful.
It's just it's lateral thinking, right?
Yeah.
That's all it is. My hair's curly. How do I make it straight? Straightening iron, chemicals, whatever. I don't like the color of my hair. We'll change colors. I don't like the way I speak. We'll go do some speech therapy courses. I don't like the way I look. We'll go to a gym. There's a way to get to the same result, to feel good. I don't know why people think life's so hard, actually.
Yeah, everyone has that.
I mean, hard for me was my transplant. Oh, my Lord. I did not know what to do with myself for the first 6 months.
What was the hardest part about it?
I literally felt like I'd been run over by a truck. I did sort of lose my life on day 4 of the surgery, and they brought me back, which was interesting.
How was that
I don't
experience?
remember any of it. I absolutely remember nothing of it. I remember coming out of a CT scan and the pain was excruciating. And I don't remember 2 days after that. Oh, yeah. And then I woke up and I couldn't understand why I was in so much pain through my breastbone. And then the nurse said, well, they broke it. And I've gone, why? Well, CPR. And I'm like, why?
All your questions.
Yeah. And nobody told me, but I literally felt like that's the weakest I've ever felt in my entire life. And I have been in and out of hospital. I've been in oxygen tents and ICU. You name it, being a diabetic, I've done it. But this was a whole level. This is a whole level. They didn't take out my kidneys. So I now have 3 kidneys. I have 2 pancreases.
Ooh.
They've just detached stuff. Because when things are removed, the body goes into shock.
So, I've never heard of that.
Yeah. So the kidneys shrink up to like the size of an olive seed or an olive pip.
Really?
Yeah. They just do their thing.
That's interesting because it's not a living organ and it's not working.
No.
So it just shrinks.
That was the hardest thing for me. But honestly, life is not hard. We just make it hard because I think secretly we want to be important. Not seeing is not easy, but I've got everything else. Truly, like, I've seen long enough anyway, and I've got an amazing memory and imagination. I can't speak on behalf of people that have never seen. Perhaps that's different. Perhaps they're at peace. But how would they know they're at peace not seen because they've never seen? It's a bit of an interesting question. But I'm at peace. I have life. And I've always been asked for years, actually, would you rather see or be healthy? And I always said healthy. And now I have that opportunity to answer it even better because I am now healthy. So if I never see again, it's okay. It's not the end of the world.
It's different. I think they need to study your brain because you got such a positive mindset.
But it's not always. It's not always. Like, you have to be negative in order to be positive. You have to be. It's about not giving up. I think that's what it is. It's about being tenacious and not giving up and wanting to succeed and having control.
Control's a must for you, Lisa. It's a must.
Well, not completely, but sort of. But just being in the driver's seat.
What is this wonderful person that's come with you today? What do they mean to you?
Oh, he's one of my best friends. Met him through my share house and just been a partner in crime, and that's just
I love that.
and just going out, just doing heaps of stuff. And so when we organised to do this talk today, I turned on Ahmad to come help me, drive me here and make sure I get here safely. And yeah, opposed to dealing with another Uber driver. No, it's okay. Most of them are amazing. And this guy wasn't amazing last night. He just doesn't trust. And that's okay. Didn't work well for me. It did in the end, but as I said, it took some patience, some extra patience. So yeah.
Oh, definitely extra patience there.
Yeah, because you want to yell at people when they don't give you what you want.
That's where a lot of us go wrong. The moment we don't get what we want, we start yelling.
Right?
Yeah.
But you have to take a step back sometimes and think laterally about the safe and the smart. And last night was definitely about the safe and the smart. But when I've got a friend that brings me along, it's always safe and smart and hilarious and entertaining and everything else. So,
that's very true.
Yeah.
The power of a good friend is incredible.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know how people get by without friends. Yeah. And I know people that say, I can't make friends. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Boo. But that's me now, isn't it?
Mm.
I didn't have a lot of friends when I could see. So this is part of me and my voice now as a blind person.
Mm. You know what's interesting is one good friend is worth 1,000 relatives. And why I say that is a relative has to kind of respect you or be around you and love you because they're family.
Yeah.
But a friend chooses.
Yeah.
They choose to be your friend.
Yes.
And they choose to love you. But they don't have to, but they choose to.
Yep.
And I find that very powerful.
Mm.
So it's incredible when you have incredible people around you.
Invaluable.
Yeah.
Really.
No price.
Being from overseas. So what I didn't say was that my parents moved back to America and I stayed behind.
Mm.
So I said, when my mum looked after me for 5 weeks, that's because she's overseas. So she came over and it had always been planned for her to come look after me with my transplant. So my world, I have a step family here who I love to pieces, but my world, my family are my friends in Australia.
Yeah.
I mean, I've lived here most of my life. Yeah, but friends are everything.
What's something you would like a message from you to the youth?
To the youth,
Mm.
embrace everything you can. Be smart about your choices, but don't miss out.
Don't miss out. Oof. Yeah. Don't miss out on the fruits of life.
Exactly.
You know?
Mhm.
Don't always drink Coca-Cola. Sometimes eat an apple. Have some grapes.
That's true.
Watermelon. Not cake and chocolate every time.
No, that's true.
You know, I love how you explain that because that was kind of like a punch in the face. Why? Because I did boxing for so many years and I had such a discipline where I had no soft drinks, no junk food for 10 years of my life. And now I look back, I didn't enjoy none. Like I could have enjoyed a chocolate bar in that 10 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, my stepdad was a boxer in England, boxed in his teens to put extra money on the table for the family. And so that's why we came to Australia, because of John, and he influenced me in more ways than you could ever imagine. Now, his biological kids, who I adore to pieces, have his mannerisms, but I have his, I don't know, I have his drive in a different way.
Mm.
So I always talk about rolling with the punches. And if you get knocked down, you get up immediately. Do not stay down.
That's very true. The moment you get knocked down, although you're dizzy, just get back up.
Exactly.
Because it's going to be a good 15 seconds. That's going to last, but then you're coming back.
Yep.
You know? But then life hits you again and you go back
Right.
up.
Punch and Judy doll, right? I love those things. They're hilarious.
Yeah.
We are Punch and Judy dolls. Seriously, we get knocked about enough, we go down, but we always come back up and recenter. We balance. Humans are phenomenal creatures. But we can also be destructive. Stop it. Stop it.
Very, very destructive.
Stop it.
Why do you feel that we become destructive? Is it because
I don't know.
opinions, would you say?
I just feel like people want drama, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
People just want drama. People are bored. And if it's not that the attention has to be on them, but there has to be something busy in their brain all the time. Stop it. Go for a walk and enjoy the sounds of the community. Don't listen to headphones every breathing moment. It's ridiculous. If you have your headphones on, you might miss something that goes past you, like a siren or a train that then whacks you and kills you. Seriously. It's heartbreaking. The amount of kids, before they changed all the level crossings, that were hit by trains because they crossed the tracks and they couldn't hear the train. It's insane.
Or even just embracing the beauty of nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
I love sitting in my garden. You hear the traffic in the background. You hear whatever's in amongst the sticks in the garden with the rustling. And then you hear little weird bugs and then birds and a plane going past or a helicopter. I love all that. That paints the picture for me. Love that.
It's special.
It is.
It's like, you know, I said the last time at the lake, we had two, ducks next to each other. And I was just looking at them, and they look like lovers, and it was just fascinating. It's just looking at two ducks was amazing. Embracing it, that moment there.
Just being ducky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. It's life is full of surprises.
As I said, humans complicate a lot. Animals are very basic. I love that, actually.
It's like a lion. He wants to eat, he'll just eat. He'll go hunt and eat.
They just pull down a zebra, go.
And then you got...
I mean, the zebra hasn't got a family. But that's food for us, right? Who's a snack?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like he said that. We're complicated compared to animals. This is very simple.
Oh, yeah.
And drama, we're full of drama. Always looking for arguments and fighting.
Yeah.
We could just be simple. We love one another. Appreciate one another. I see some friendships that have been around for 17 years and then they fight and they stop being friends. What about the 17 years you guys embraced together? What about that? Where does that go?
I've experienced a bit of that. A few of my friends, and they've totaled up how they helped me since I lost my sight and what they've done for me. And I went, oh, no, that's not friendship. You're keeping a tally, a log of what you've done for me? That's absurd. And I realized at that stage, their theory or philosophy of what friendship is not the same as mine. And my friends can be different to me, but not to that level. There's the friendship that has no value when they're putting a monetary value on it.
That's true.
I think that's disgusting.
Yeah, I did this for you. I did that for you.
Yeah.
I think you do it out of the sake of loving that person.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to help them because they are my friends. I did this for, I hear it all day, every day.
So that's what I found when I lost my sight was who really wants to be my friend and who wants to just appear to be amazing helping the newly blind person. And I was pretty ruthless about it. I had to be. I could not afford at that point in my life the emotional taxing of someone that wasn't genuine and sincere. And I've got some phenomenal friends out of it. Phenomenal. I'm really fortunate. But then I'm up front. I say it how it is. There's no secrets. There's no hidden agendas. I don't like that. It's very black and white. And you can say, yes, grey and silver are all important colours too. Well, they're not the shades. But black and white is good. It's definitive. Anyway.
A philosophy or a message or a knowledge from you to the world and the listeners.
Ooh, that's big. I wish you'd asked me that earlier, because the one thing I have trouble with now since my transplant is my memory. I have no idea. Be patient, be kind, be aware, be understanding, but don't let it take the goodness away from yourself. Don't let someone take your shine away from you. Your shine is everything. That's what makes you stand out from the others.
Oh, yeah. That was intense and beautiful. Thank you so much for coming on today and sharing some of these stories and your wisdom and your experience in life, because it was fascinating.
Thank you.
I've learned many great things.
And again, so have I. It's about the talking, the sharing, the learning.
That's true. I do really appreciate you coming there.
Oh, my
your time
pleasure.
And incredible for you helping out. And it's an honor. It really is an honor.